Mechanicsville, Virginia, off of Route 360, sits a plot of land that has seen more bloodshed than any one haunted location in the state. Home to the deadliest battle of the Civil War per capita, the Battle of Cold Harbor, and one of the grisliest murders in the 1970s. In recent years, this location's infamous past has caught the eyes of paranormal teams across the country, as well as Paranormal Magazine, Ghosted Magazine. Join us in this episode of Voices of Those Forgotten as we cover and attempt to uncover the haunting of the cabin on 360 in an investigation that spans over 2 years.
Can you tell us who him is?
Randy.
No.
Yo.
Here to tell us the history of this property are caretakers and paranormal researchers, Dennis Eslock, Ryan Jones, and Ed Howie Odell. As we hear some of the history, we enter chapter 1 of 3, The War.
Let's go back to 1864, Civil War, within a mile and a half of where you're at. This is battlefields. It's the battles of Bethesda Church. 1/10 of a mile from here was the Bethesda Church building itself. That was a Confederate headquarters. A mile and a half to the north was the Via House. That was a Union headquarters. So the crossroads that you have to our west was vital to the Confederacy. It was their supply lines into and out of Richmond, troop movements, supplies, weaponry, all of that crossed through here. The Confederates were told at all costs maintain that crossroads, so they fought tenaciously to do so. In the grand scheme of things, according to all of the records that I can find, I can account for 2,264 men killed, captured, wounded, or missing in action within about a mile and a half of here. Now, in researching Bethesda Church and the Battle of Bethesda Church, they lump a bunch together. You have Hawes Shop 2, Pole Green Church, Metadequin Creek, Totopotomoy Creek. They all get lumped together, but they're all within a mile and a half to 2 miles from here. So as the crow flies, you're in the middle of a hot spot. And especially given that we had a Union headquarters a mile and a half northwest, and then right across the road essentially was the Confederate headquarters.
We know the deaths that took place on this land, both by the Civil War and Revolutionary movement. We know this whole area is Mattaponi, Pamunkey, on a whole, Powhatan. So we don't know what kind of tribal things were taking place between the locations, those kind of things. So you're talking hundreds and hundreds of years of history that we just don't know, except for the facts. There was the Battle of Bethesda Church here. We know that those men were on this property. Ryan and myself have come to a good possibility of the last year that this location where we're at now might have been actually a triage center. So a medical hospital could have been set up right on this property just by what we found and what we've discussed and brought forth and what the entities have said.
Which we will continue on to the back portion of the woods on the property.
It's spiking.
I'll have this pull it real quick. When we were doing the spirit box though,
see, look at it.
I didn't physically see the deer, like the legs. I literally just saw like the color of a deer, like right of a ball. But,
Again,
like,
you guys,
going, like,
we're in the middle of the woods, so this doesn't make sense. There's so it's just like there's so much residual energy in these woods. One.
It's a 5, bro.
It did? Yeah, there's no way. There's no reason.
Yeah, 4, 4, 5, 5. Holy shit.
5.
Steady.
Just steady 5, dude.
As we entered our second investigation and third night staying at the cabin on 360, we conducted a double Estes session with investigators Rachel Bradley and Krista Reeder under, while the rest of the team asked questions.
Michael?
I was just about to ask if there's any spirits out here who can tell us their name. I think when we were here last time we were getting...
That's one of our cars.
Whites.
Whites? Wow.
White. Was your last name White?
Is there a white car over there?
Bullet?
Were you a soldier here? Did you fight in the Civil War?
She hasn't said anything.
Crystal said a few things.
Center.
Center?
Get out.
Here.
Okay.
It's gonna be creepy. Get out of here.
We now turn our focus to the cabin itself to see what lies waiting.
All right. You host your podcast, The Orion Effect, from the cabin itself. Have you ever had any sort of interactions occur while the show is happening?
Oh, knew that was coming. Multiple times, and not just audible. However, when we first started, I was allowed to use the cabin as our studio. First of all, the Orion Effect is a part of the Rift Nation Network. So it's at Sunday nights at 7 p.m. So Sunday nights we are here. And when it started, it was myself and a young lady by the name of Katrina. And that first year and a half, the interactions were completely different than they are now. Now, let me express that. At that time, we were on Blog Talk Radio, which means I had open mic. The setup was completely different. The platform we used was completely different. We actually had more of an open mic session compared to a closed mic. So the first 4 or 5 shows, there was complete interaction that's recorded on air, that took place on air. And it wasn't bad. That's the interesting part. None of it was negative. Actually, the spirits were interacting in a positive manner. They're actually giving their opinions. And it's on Facebook Live. If you go to the Orion Effect fan page itself, which is no longer active because we're all one. At that time, you can go back to when we first came to the cabin. I think it's second or third show. You'll actually hear an older gentleman interact, give his opinions. You can hear him clearly going, mm-hmm, or yeah, or I don't think so. So there we had those verbal.
All right. Have you ever felt threatened on this property from something that's non-living?
Yes.
Could you go into detail about it?
Which time?
The most threatened that you felt.
So our first year here, maybe second year, we did a toy drive for Enrico Christmas month, which we've since done every year, but we've teamed up. We have Toys for Tots. This was 8 years ago, maybe, and at that time I was still drinking. So I'd had a few beers that night. When everybody else had left, I decided I wasn't going to drive home. I was just going to throw my sleeping bag upstairs in the loft in the log cabin. I'm a proud and staunch supporter of my Second Amendment rights, and I carry religiously. So I took my side arm off, laid it up on my shoulder, plugged my phone in, had Pandora playing on the speaker, and I went to sleep, nice and comfortable. I knew the doors were deadbolted. I knew I was secured inside the building. Assumed alone. I was wrong. I woke up when it went dead silent to find a man standing at my feet with his arms across his chest, just staring at me. I locked eyes with him. I looked at him for a good 3, 4, 5 seconds and then started reaching for my weapon. He was so solid that I felt somebody had come into the building. I could not find my weapon, just blindly reaching, so I turned my head real quick, looked, grabbed, snapped out of the holster, which automatically turns on a laser and flashlight on that weapon, and I scanned it around and there was nobody around. But I truly felt the view that I saw was a solid body apparition that I thought was an actual person in the building.
All right, so there are rumors of a curse being put on this land during the Civil War. Do you think there's any truth to this?
I think there's an absolute possible truth. I think, again, it's an endless amount of possibilities, like stated. The factor that I've heard more than one occasion that there's a curse or a jinx or there's something on the land, I would totally agree. We've had a lady that came through that has a pretty good reputation for stating such things, and she did state that she felt that there was some kind of pact that was made between an individual and a spirit, and that person did not follow through on that said pact. We've had other mediums since I've been here for the last 4 years say that it feels like occults have been on the property before. Reach into that again and go back to the Midnight Riders. It is a possibility. And again, we don't know what the people who may have lived on this land, what they did, what they practiced, what were they into. So cursings, jinx, I mean, it's all manifestation, so they very well could be manifested as well.
Could there be something left over from a potential curse that was placed on the land prior to the war, destroying the previous property that sat between the cabin and the rancher itself?
Yeah, dude, that's...
And there's no way, there's no airflow in there.
Yeah, dude, that's a lot of force.
Cause like we were about to leave, and then that was king, so we came back,
and I was about
and
to
that
hit
shit
it,
said.
so I don't have a fucking hat to hit it, and then that shit said toot.
I feel like I got fucking something on my goddamn nose.
In my fucking nose. I'm gonna be on that bit.
That was it.
There's no way that's not.
Outside. He's gonna come back in.
Oh shit!
Fuck!
No fucking way.
Oh my fucking Christ!
AG, are you down here?
AG, if you're seriously not down here, he's still outside, bro.
Yeah, there's no fucking way.
My fucking God!
For no fucking reason.
Yeah, dude, look at it.
Look at that. We've had that on camera at some point, right?
Oh, easily.
100%.
Easily. There's no way.
Unless like that door got slammed so hard.
No,
like,
this was after.
No.
This is when we ran and then
Dude,
came back up and was talking about
If that door, if your door, the bathroom door, would have slammed and then it happened like simultaneously.
Then,
No,
yeah,
your door slammed. You were sitting here
and
for
I
like
said,
10
oh my God,
seconds.
so I'm just
And then that fell over.
Yeah, because I didn't
And then
slam
that's
the
it.
door.
What if
Wait, what?
you were already in the bathroom and that thing wasn't you?
I didn't like slam.
It was underneath us.
What's directly underneath
that's
us?
that room.
That's the kitchen, right?
No.
Nah.
That's that one room when we couldn't get in the closet.
That's a small room, I think.
So it was almost
Yeah,
like you
that
jerked the door
little, that
open.
little dining area.
No, down.
Yeah, past the
hot
kitchen.
hallway.
Past the kitchen.
Past the bathroom.
In the back.
Dude, there's nothing that I can paint.
I tried opening that, and that's just weird.
Unless he hit it.
One more time.
Just stay up there for
From
a
the
little
top.
bit. I'm just gonna start knocking on the walls.
Or
and
hit the
stuff.
ceiling like I did in the. Remember I was sitting in the
Somebody
basement?
want to come with me this time? Because I'm low key sketched the fuck
Yeah,
out.
I don't need to record down here anyways.
Like last time I went in here, dude, I started hearing
Yeah, dude.
like on the siding.
That's what I was kind of hearing when I went with the initiation right before that thing started glowing red.
I started hearing like scratching or like running.
Yeah, dude, I was like hearing it right here, like.
Yeah, dude.
All right, go ahead and do it. That was it.
Yeah, that had to.
Yo, whatever you just did, that was it.
Yeah, because you could feel it.
Whatever you just did, that was it. What'd you do? The door? Dude, the closet.
Yeah, you could feel it.
That was it.
The final chapter, the Brick Rancher, the hot spot of the property, and the location surrounding some of the most concrete evidence.
Then we'll move into more modern times. Friday, October 4th, 1979, workers from Jones Construction and Realty, the property owners, were out here to bush hog or whatever they were going to do. They spotted a young man carrying something across the field into the woods. Asked him what he was doing. He dropped what he was carrying into a refrigerator box, took off running through the fields. They later discovered the partially clothed body of 12-year-old Melissa Carol Elliott. Turns out to be that young man's half-sister. He had raped and murdered her with 2 .38 caliber rounds in her chest, threw her body out her bedroom window, carried her off into the woods. He was seen about a mile away, running through backyards and over fences, stole a vehicle and went to Lumberton, North Carolina, the family. Now, obviously the police were notified. They cordoned off the area. They began their crime scene investigation. They put out a BOLA, or be on the lookout, on the East Coast for Randy. He was found 3 days later in Lumberton, held for questioning. Detectives from Hanover County Sheriff's Department went down and interviewed him. He never disagreed with what allegations were placed against him. Didn't fight extradition. Came back here and entered a plea agreement for life in prison without the possibility of parole in lieu of the death sentence that they were actively seeking. In his DOC intake form, he states that morning he had woke up, done a few lines of cocaine, went into her room to get her moving so he could take her to school. A fight ensued. He then woke up a little while later on the floor just inside her doorway with a weapon laying beside him, and saw her body laying on the floor across the room from him.
Your father is the current owner of the property, correct?
Yes.
And he, came out here, like you just said, when the incident happened with Melissa. How did that impact your father owning the property?
He told me the story about it. He said that it was one of those moments he tried to get out of his mind. It's something that when you work in real estate, you don't think is going to be something that you have to deal with. I think he just looked at the property as just 2 houses. For a while, it was my grandfather who dealt with it. Then when he passed away, kind of, went to us. But it's been empty. These places have been empty since 2016. We had a team insurance company come out here for maybe 9 months. They signed a 2-year lease and they were gone within 9 months. But for the most part, they just been sitting here empty. And I had been told, like I said, my dad told me the story when I was little. Probably, I say little, maybe like 13 or 14 years old. And I can remember coming out here and doing work in here. This is before I was doing anything with the paranormal, but I would ask questions like, or be like, please don't haunt me or whatever. I wasn't sure if there was anything here or not, but I wanted to be on the safe side. I'm just here to do my work. Don't bother me or whatever. So as far as like paranormal is concerned, it didn't really bother him. As far as what happened with Melissa, it was something he just tried to get out of his head.
Okay.
We had talked to one of her friends, who was actually one of Melissa's friends. It was actually supposed to spend the night with her here that night. And she said that when the teachers didn't realize that she wasn't here, they were very apprehensive, like they knew something was wrong. Like most of them, when the kids miss school, there's like, they're sick or something, they're like, okay, well, come back. But she said the teachers seemed very like nervous when she didn't show up. And then when they found out, they had counselors come and talk to the students. They said that they could see the caution tape in the yard from the school. And yeah, it was just, he said it's like something like that doesn't happen around here. So it really took the whole county by surprise.
We turn our focus to eyewitness and paranormal investigator Cameron Black to give her experience.
And can you tell us your story of what happened here?
So it was, I believe, the first or the second time that I had ever investigated here. We came into the upstairs area with a large group of investigators, and we started in Melissa's room. And they were doing some activity, I think, but a lot of the females that were there decided to stay in Melissa's room and continue investigating there. For some reason, I really wanted to come down here with, I believe Ryan was there, my dad, and a few other investigators. And I had a very uneasy feeling just from the moment that I walked in, just kind of out of it, spaced out, just not really feeling like myself. And as soon as we came down the stairs, my dad later told me he thought he heard footsteps follow behind us as we went down. I came down the stairs, walked a few steps, turned around, and just completely just lost myself. Like, I was looking behind the stairs, I saw like a black entity like just looking at me. I could see the dark pits of the eyes, and that's what really stuck with me, and I think what made me freeze. The eyes really are what got me, I think. I started to cry. I believe my dad tried to get my attention. I wasn't being very responsive, and Ryan and the other investigators and my dad took me outside after. It was unlike anything I've ever experienced before. I've been investigating since I was 12 years old, and I've had a lot of experiences. I'm a very sensitive person to the paranormal and energies and things like that, and that one definitely stuck with me more, and it still sticks with me, like, to this day. Even when I come here, I can just, something just feels uneasy.
How do you feel right now?
I do not feel good right now. Like, I really don't feel good right now. This might be the worst I have felt coming in here since that day. Even last time I came here and investigated, I did an interview with another group and stayed and investigated with them, and it was very direct and it affected me a lot, but I feel worse right now in this moment than I did when I came with them. Yeah, so when I was here last time, I decided to do the Estes method down here in the basement by myself. And I zoned out completely, and I actually started to speak not like myself. Like, they said that what the words I was saying, the way I was talking, the way I was laughing, like, it just did not sound like me. And it was, watching it back, I was like, yeah, that's not the way I really talk. Like, it wasn't necessarily my dialect. I'm very laid back. I'm a very calm person for the most part. It just did not seem like me coming through, and I think I connected with something here.
What's strange is during Cameron's interview, our camera captured audio that none of us heard right as she's describing the entity.
Black entity, like just looking at me, I could see the dark pits of the eyes, and that's what really stuck with me, and I think what
Melissa, are you the one that stopped our camera from recording?
We were.
You not want us to record in this room? I was like signing.
Yeah.
Old signing says.
Do you have a problem with us putting a camera in your room?
And you.
You not want us in your room?
Fire.
His camera light just died.
I don't know what percentage that
She was on 75 when I did it.
That's just a fire and that turned off, isn't it? He grabs the latch, shuts the door. We turn around and I'm like about to look at the motion sensor and we see something just go out into the den.
To the den, dude.
And we both look at each other at like exactly the time it happened. We were like, what was
We were
that?
at the door. We were at. So he was in the doorway of the kitchen and the living room. I was in the doorway of the basement and the kitchen.
You saw it to your left and you saw it too, right?
Yeah, and I literally turned.
We looked at each other at the same exact
Dude,
time.
That's fucked.
So like I'm literally like this. I was like.
We're about to make it worse.
But I pulled. But I pulled that shit completely closed. Like you could hear that it hit the wood. The door hit wood. And I was like talking, I was like, yeah, there's no way. And as I'm like mid-sentence, we both like are like looking at each other, and then you see it go, whew, and we both looked, and then we both looked at each other again.
Like another time where you see something and feel something, you get like teary-eyed and fucking goosebumps.
Dude, all the time.
That's exactly how I felt. That's exactly how I felt.
Oh, dude,
exactly.
Dude, his first scared experience, bro.
First like eye-watering one.
Yeah, dude, that's.
Well, all right.
I say that a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Or
Like when you say I'm crying,
Discord,
I felt that, dude.
Yo,
what
was scarier to you? That or what we experienced up there?
In the basement the first night.
Like, I don't know. I think that just because it was literally so close to us,
standing right there, and it was what.
See, that's the thing.
They said the fucking room went dark too.
Yeah, dude.
Didn't it go dim?
It was literally you saw the light.
When the clouds go over the sun.
No. Oh my fucking god! I just look at those goosebumps, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I got them heavy.
What if the light was in there to protect us, but then we fucking closed that door off, and they were like, "Nah, I'm getting the fuck out of here before shit goes down."
Because it got darker in there, dude.
It got dark.
Keep picking a new location.
Like it went like this.
Telling you.
Basically,
we both saw that shit.
imagine it going from this.
That's what he's.
Dude, it went from this to that.
Did it?
Yes.
Dark?
Yes. Yes, dude.
It felt like it was natural light coming in like broad daylight, and then once it left, I swear to God, it felt like just like this.
Beelzebub. That's a demon.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Oh,
no. How does it know about Beelzebub?
Because, is that your name?
Beelzebub.
I did too, dude.
That's a demon?
Yeah.
It's an entity that people like worship.
How does this know about demons?
Because it's a demon.
That's not the worst kind of.
I am.
I don't want to.
I am.
No way.
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
I am. Cost?
She said run. You were telling us to run earlier. Can you tell us why or what from?
Me? Death.
Shh.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was kind of creepy. Do you want us to run away? Can you tell us who him is?
Randy.
Randy.
No. Yo.
No way.
It just said Randy?
It just said Randy.
No way.
My God.
Who's his name? What's his name?
Randy.
His name's Randy?
Yes, Randy Lynn Elliott.
Oh my God.
With all of the evidence we had captured so far with our last 2 investigations at the cabin, we felt it necessary to revisit this location that had made us so puzzled for one final chapter.
Forgotten Explorations.
Over the last few years, we have investigated locations all across the country, inputting our findings into our haunted diaries.
Can you tell us who him is?
Randy.
We make forgotten explorations, and these are the voices of those forgotten. The final chapter is made up of our final 2 nights investigating at the cabin. One is from April of this year, while the other takes place 24 hours after the 45th anniversary of Melissa Elliott's death. Night 1 begins with the team on separate floors of the old rancher. Austin and AG are in the basement, while Jacob, Wheeler, Kevin, and Rachel are on the main floor in the living room.
You were annoying.
How nice to say.
That's what you sound like when you
What was that? That just sounded like a little girl
I've
laughing.
heard that.
I just heard
That
it.
giggle, right?
Yeah, I had to record it on
Unless it was
TikTok.
down then.
No, dude, that sounded like a little girl giggle.
There was no way that was
I'm weak.
So it's laughing and we just heard a giggle.
A little girl's giggle.
Guys, did y'all just hear that giggle? No. There was a little girl that just giggled up here. That wasn't y'all? No. Okay, thanks.
No whispering. Recording. Recording.
Don't get the stern cat voice with me, sir.
Recording.
Don't stern that voice me.
Can you giggle again for us?
Stay with me.
Oh.
We are staying with you, sweetheart. We think we just heard you.
With this being the only piece of relative evidence we could capture during our final chapter investigation, we were not satisfied enough with this result, so we decided to return to the cabin on 360, 24 hours after the 45th death anniversary of Melissa Carol Elliott.
How nice to say.
That's what you sound like when you snore.
What was that? That just sounded like a little girl
I've
laughing.
heard that.
I just heard
That
it.
giggle, right?
Yeah, I had to record it on
Unless it was
TikTok.
down then.
About to push start or
We have-
record on my camera.
We got it on camera now. You can't see anything, but
It shows a green light.
I'm gonna actually dim this a little
Damn.
bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
That takes a while to reset.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Who is that?
So we got.
All right.
My
I'm
name
gonna
is-
do 5 minutes with no spirit box, and then we'll do 5 minutes with spirit box. That way, it's not just like.
Does that those things that they go off with, like if a bug comes close to it, is it gonna go off?
Oof, it could.
It might, but we've had these outside before, like here, and
Yeah, I've
like,
seen bugs fly up to it outside, like when we were at the.
Yeah, it's not as sensitive as like a REM pod.
Oh, okay. Just making sure that
And
something
it doesn't
that
go
could-
off
could
with
be
any
like, well,
EMF.
It's probably a bug or
Yeah, it doesn't
How
go off
people
with
can
any EMF or anything like that. It's strictly like motion related. Well, I appreciate you touching that device in the corner. Are you still here? If so, can you make that go green one more time for us? For the camera, we are right beside the interstate, so you're gonna hear cars and trucks and stuff. So unless we freak out, don't freak out.
Yes.
Is Melissa Elliott here tonight? AG, just let me know when we hit 5 minutes, please.
It's just the other flux.
Yeah. The crazy thing about that, for everybody watching, this flux stopped working our last investigation.
Is that the old one?
Yeah, and that's the reason why we bought the new one. And I got it to work last night.
Are you by the table right now?
No way. Yeah, dude, it's
Take
yeah, dude.
Take a little bit to get used to. Could you make the other side light up? The other side glows red if you walk in front of that side.
Before Ryan left us alone for the night, he informed us about some strange activity that had been occurring on the property after a ritual took place in the backwoods that none of the caretakers were informed about, until he returned to the property and found 3 black candles in the shape of a triangle.
The other side bit?
No. It said, I'm watching you. We said, where are you watching us from? It said, the other side.
Literally, it said the other side.
Yeah, through this.
Yeah, that's. We're recording with the camera in my pocket still. What?
No. Nah, I'm going. Yeah, we have to. We have to. Come
there's
on.
No fucking way.
We've never gotten that
sorry,
word.
But no, that's a no.
Come on, Jacob.
Nah.
Jacob, come on.
No.
Let's do what we did last time.
All 3 of us are here.
No,
We're
it
chilling.
don't fucking
Not even
matter.
that, fam. We walked to the.
What did it say?
Why are you asking?
Huh?
Oh yeah, turn your phone on airplane mode too.
Mine is.
That way the K2's not going off.
No, but yeah, so we're walking down here and all of the shit after the other side. Oh, what is it saying?
Nah, dude, come on. Come on.
No, there's no fucking way.
No, come on, fam.
Nah.
You know it's going to be
Oh,
fun.
wait. Right before it, we didn't even hear this. It said not exactly saying.
Okay, come on.
Nah, but the rosemary beads and then that.
And then, yeah. No, but we're
Alright, would you feel better if you brought your Bible?
Maybe.
Lock. Would you
I've got
feel,
2 in the car.
Would you feel better bringing your Bible? We have to go in the woods, fam. We
What
have
did
not
that
been in
say?
the woods the last 6 times. Who are you?
Rituals.
So, fuck up.
You know,
Dude, she's about to get fucked up.
Tell me if you,
that now.
Leroy, tell me if you could smell shit. By the way, because Austin said he didn't smell it. You smell something?
I smell sage.
Yeah. You tell me you don't smell that?
Shh.
Let's go up to the line where we did last time. Low-key, as long as I go as further than what we did last time, which is literally like
right here.
So
pretty much.
Well, this is where it was telling us to go in earlier.
Well, this is where we stopped at because that deer ran across us in front of us and scared the shit out of us.
Maybe. Yeah, no, so Austin got to the...
Yeah, it's a car. I heard it. Yeah, it was a car. Yeah, see, it's coming up behind us now.
Don't leave.
Don't leave.
Okay. We just gotta push through this, fam. This is like one of the... We gotta get the footage, fam. Minutes max.
I'm behind you. Are you trying?
I mean, yeah, we're gonna go in. Are you okay with us coming in?
that we're only going to be in here for a short period of time. What was the name that we got that we've never gotten before? Alexis? Yeah, we got Alexis and Cynthia, man. Cynthia, that was a weird one.
Incorrect.
What?
What did that say?
Incorrect.
Was there a ritual that took place here just a few weeks ago?
Yo, if you look down, there's like a bunch of spiders and shit.
No, it's not sage.
I smell shit.
I smelled
Like death.
sulfur. Yeah, like sulfur spring.
Like eggs.
Yeah, like rotting.
Can you hear him? Can you hear him?
What the fuck was that?
I don't know, but
Slow, can you hear him? Can you hear him?
Never got that shit before.
Who is him? Give us a name.
Nothing.
Nothing. Alright, look, everybody get back to back. Like, everybody stand like in a... Like
Army of two. Watch out for the spider web in front of you, Leroy.
Alright. Stupid. I want to stay. Well, you can stay here. This is where you are allowed to be. What is that smell that we're smelling?
Fast.
Eek?
And that came out of my motherfucking phone.
What did yours say?
Fast. Dude, this night.
Okay, who is him? Give us a name. Library. We are here in the deep woods.
In another place.
In another
Yeah.
place?
Yeah.
You want us to go to the other woods? Are you trying to fuck with us right now?
Only for you. You're back.
You're back?
My bad. No, like you're back.
No, yeah, I think that's what it's saying. Like, oh, you guys are back.
Yeah, we are. This is the last time that we're here for a while.
Look closer.
Yeah, see?
Look closer?
No.
Are you in the woods?
Is that what the other group was doing here in August?
Can you see?
I can. Well, yeah, no, not really.
Give us a direction. Give us north, east, south, or west. Which direction are you?
Angry.
Why are you angry?
Prayer.
Prayer.
Our Father in heaven, hallowed be. I heard that. Hallowed be I
Go.
by the name.
Did you hear it?
Nope.
How do you feel?
Can you hear?
Yeah, I heard.
Who is it?
Austin, you're gonna have to take the lead. I can't see shit. Here. What is up, guys? It is AG doing his solo 10 minutes here. I'm in the basement. I'm gonna have a guy that glares ridiculous. Ghost tube running.
Run.
That's not what you want to hear. Yep, I said run. Are you telling me to run? Also,
Official.
official. Got a K2 in that corner, Flux on the stairs, and then the REM pod in that back corner. Austin and Leroy are in their room up there, Randy's room, waiting. So, like right there, I kind of heard a faint knock. So I'm going to what can you tell me about my leg? Lady. Is there a lady down here with me?
I'm lost. Please go.
I'm lost, please go. Who's lost? Do you know your name, and if so, can you tell me?
By no means.
That's a weird response. Well, my name is AG. How come you don't want to tell me your name?
Why did you come?
Well, you know, we like to come here and just ask questions and just try to maybe put out a story out there for people who never got to tell theirs, or who never got the chance to, you know. Do you have a story you'd like to tell us? Tell me?
Come over here.
Up, come over here. Are you
To make sure that's not the spider web, can you go to the other side and make the green one go off? If anything would like to speak to me, could you make this device in front of me go off, please? So you do not want to speak to me. Can you make it go green if that's a yes? So you do want to speak. Well, I have a device that you could speak through, just like AG was using down here, but... Alright, so it doesn't want to speak, but it does want to speak. Do you not want to talk to me? Are you waiting for Austin to come down here to speak to him? Let's see. Nothing. I'll read it. If you're waiting for Austin, can you make that go green?
Alright, you guys, I'm gonna actually turn the brightness up on this thing like crazy so you can see me pretty well, hopefully. We got 10 minutes going. Good evening. My name is Austin. Been here multiple times. You've spoken with me for the last couple of hours. Now I'm down here alone. I have ghosts who run. Were you somebody's daughter?
yes to any of my questions that I ask. You can touch.
I can't remember.
Can't remember. I'm sorry that you can't remember. Are you a male or are you a female? Let's ask that.
I want to talk.
All right. Well, let's talk. I'm here. I'm ready. You had me down here for 10 minutes to talk with you.
I live here.
You lived here.
Don't leave me.
Don't leave you. Is this Melissa? Am I speaking?
Stay.
Stay. Well, we're gonna be here for a little bit longer tonight. You probably have us for another hour, maybe. We're gonna go do some stuff in the cabin. We are gonna do a couple things upstairs before we leave out of here. You said that you lived here. How old are you? Melissa, are you here with me right now? That's kind of weird. EMF just went off. There's nothing around me to make EMF go off.
Murdered.
Murdered? Melissa, if this is you that I'm speaking to, I'm sorry for what happened to you. I know.
He will touch you.
He will touch you. Who's he? Tell me that. Flux just went to green. Okay. Is he the Shadow Man? The one that's seen here? Is he the one that Cameron saw all those years ago? She was here with her dad. We've been here plenty of times.
Why did you come?
We came to get answers. You know, you've been here plenty of times. We keep getting he. We're not getting a name. Before we leave tonight, I want a name. Who is he? Is he tall?
Sin.
Sin. Okay. Is he a negative force? Is he evil? Does he prey on the weak? Are you still here? Yes, you are. Do you feed off of fear? Is that what makes you strong? Is that the reason why you were so strong the first time we were here? Because we didn't know what to expect? We came into this place blindly?
want to play.
You want to play?
Grotesque.
Grotesque. Okay. What are you calling grotesque?
Case.
Case? Are you talking about the case? Yeah, I know. If y'all want to come down, you can. It's up to y'all. Are you talking about the case of Randy Elliott? Is that what you're talking about?
Indeed.
So you're talking about, did you influence Randy Elliott to do what he did to his half-sister?
Me.
Alright. So that was you. So our theory is correct.
Our recurring theory was that Randy Elliott was influenced by an entity not from our world to take the life of his 12-year-old half-sister, Melissa Elliott.
Like a quick walk around the cabin weekend, right?
Yeah, if y'all want to. So just to clarify what just happened, it told us to stop recording. We did, just to see if we would get anything.
Yeah. Austin said a couple prayers.
Yeah, I've said the Lord's Prayer 3 times now. And that third time.
Yeah, it's been quiet since. There was a little point where Leroy and I's ghost tube said, what did it say at the same time?
Iron.
It said, Leroy said iron, mine instantly said iron after that, and then instantly said this is strange.
Then said,
Which is
be
weird.
quiet or too loud or something like
And either one of you want to say it? You want to say it?
I'm following. Enemy. I told him. Failure. Can I try?
Can you try to say the prayer?
Do you want to read the prayer? If it speaks the whole prayer after they say that'd be the.
It goes word
That's what
by
I'm saying.
word, back to back.
Yeah.
Our heavenly, you know what I mean?
Please.
Alright, go for it. Try to say it. I'm going to say this prayer one last time.
Look closely. Beside.
What does that say?
I'm inside it.
I'm inside it.
Ooh. It
Wait,
said,
are you inside the prayer?
It said I was hurting, I'm inside it.
Torturer.
Torturer.
Like, yeah,
Tell me your name. Who is this? Can you describe him? What does he wear? What does the torturer look like?
Knife.
Knife?
Knife. Could it be the B
No,
one that Krista got?
No, if that motherfucker's strong enough to shoot. He's a
Come
knife.
closer.
He's a knight of hell, so we're getting close.
Closer to where?
Are you a knight?
If it was, you're saying it would be.
It would
You would
be.
be. It would be easily.
No,
sensible.
move over.
No, I'll move over.
Yeah, move
you
over.
want me to move over?
Where do you want to move?
Or are you saying move over
This is strange.
as in category? Are you a prince?
Hereditary.
No, like.
Yeah, prince.
Shirley.
No, I'm talking about that. The nine.
Was that S-U-R or
Shirley.
like?
Eternal.
Like the name or the or like that's Shirley. Right?
Shh.
Oh, what the fuck it just said?
Yeah,
as he says that.
Surely.
Assuredly.
Assuredly.
What's happening? I don't even know what that word is. Assured.
So he could be a bezel. That could be one of them.
Did you already give us your name?
He kept saying knife, fam. It could be cane.
I'm following.
So it's fallen. That major.
Now, the team has gotten one name pretty much every location they went to last year, ever since they came here last year in January, and that is Randy.
do you think the team could possibly have an attachment from here, and that's trying to voice itself at other locations?
Could the team possibly have an attachment from here? Without doubt. Any location you go to can create an attachment. Is it ironic that it's giving you the name Randy at every location that you're going to? I think there is an irony to that. However, there could be a correlation to this property, whatever attachment is following you from location to location and giving you that name. Or it could also be that spirit at that location is familiar with what occurs here. I think the spirit realm is all intertwined. So from location A to location B, I think spirit's communicating. Is it possible that that's what's happening and that's why you're getting that name every time? They want to, whatever's here wants to keep this fresh in your head? Yeah, it's a very good likelihood.
After all evidence we've covered and the team ourselves have captured, we each have some final thoughts and opinions as to what could be occurring at the cabin on 360.
In your own opinion, what do you think haunts the location, in addition to what do you believe happened to Randy Elliott?
I think there's definitely a darker presence that roams the property and maybe is stronger than a lot of things here, so it kind of runs this property. And for Randy Elliott, I don't know.
I think multiple things haunt the location. I think there's standard spirits or entities that are here that just want to talk and like get somebody to talk back to them. And then there's some things here that don't want to speak and you can feel them here, but you're not welcome. So there's those. And then there's also, in my opinion, the closest thing to evil I think is here. I wouldn't say demon, but I'm pretty sure it ain't no good person. Promise that.
I think a little mixture of everything. I think there's something I think you have the woods, which has had a lot of, more, and even before them, a lot of natives living here, even before the rancher and cabin were built. So I think you have a lot of that stuff in the woods. There's also been talked of a djinn maybe being around here, stuck to this place. But then you have also whatever happened with Randy and Melissa, so.
I think there's a number of things. I truthfully believe that there is a curse on the land. You don't get this much bloodshed just by coincidence. One of the most gruesome, murder cases in the 70s took place in this house. It was actually one of the few times that somebody below the age of 18 was facing the death sentence. And I do believe Randy Elliott was influenced. After everything that's happened here, after seeing an influence happen firsthand, after having an influence happen firsthand, I definitely think it's possible.
And do you have any advice for a team prior to investigating this property for the first time?
A rookie team or a new team, ground yourself, say a prayer of blessing and protection before you set foot in here. Most of what's on this property is benign. Most of it is just going to interact with you as though you're talking to a stranger at the Wawa. There is something here in this basement that is not just a stranger at Wawa. It's going to cause you issue. Pay very close attention to your own thoughts and emotions, and pay very close attention to those around you. If you notice their demeanor change, take them outside for a break. If it is a seasoned team, do not come in here thinking you are, for lack of better terms, a badass, and I can handle anything, and I will provoke anything and everything that's here, because it will show you you are not that much of a badass, and it will show you who the badass is. I've had grown men that have investigated for a decade plus that have been on their hands and knees crying because this thing, quote unquote, got me. When I asked, what do you mean by it got me? The statement that was said back to me was, I've never wanted to harm my family, and he investigates with his wife and daughter. But the son of a bitch got me, and I wanted to punch him in the mouth till he shut up. Don't play with what's here. Don't play with what's unknown if you're not prepared for the consequences.